Welcome to tonight's broadcast of Eagle football. Live look into the awesome tailgating area that gives you a clue that tonight's not just an ordinary football game. You notice the highlight of the color pink all throughout the tailgating area. You'll see it on the field in the stadium tonight. As tonight's game between the Eagles and the North Pike Jaguars is a pink out, and it's been a great thing that has been supported as it's breast cancer awareness this month. And we have some people that are close to our broadcast and our school that are being represented well tonight and thought of as you see pink all over the place.
When it comes to the month of October, Sam, I may have had you muted there if I can be transparent. I'm used to, we switched our numbers around, so I think Sam just gave you a long intro.
That was the best show intro I've ever done, and nobody heard it.
I think Sam just gave you a long intro. Maybe you heard it, maybe not. But he alluded to pink. That's something you see all in October, but, man, Florence really making it an emphasis because it's hit home, right? I mean, we know so many great teachers and family around the community that are dealing with breast cancer. So our thoughts and prayers go out to them. But also to just see what the community does best, and that support one another represented through the color pink tonight. Such an awesome, chilling moment, and to see the community come together for that.
Yeah, and so many people have made that possible, different sponsors that have made things to support that and make this pink out great. Specifically for some of those families, and so thanks to those who have participated and made sure that they have been well represented, and that some of the promotions tonight will actually help some of the specific people who are battling such a terrible disease. Looking at the football field, you're looking at the tailgate, but thinking about the football field, you see it on the screen, in the screen there. What an awesome shot.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the tailgate crew out there. We're looking forward to a great football game tonight. Florence comes in 0-1 in district.
Yep.
Had a tough game last week. Went to Brookhaven and played a really good Brookhaven football team. Played them really, really close, especially for a half.
Yep.
Injuries kind of mounted, and they kind of ran out of gas at the end. Brookhaven pulled away a little bit, but Florence comes in 0-1 in district, and then North Pike comes in with just one win on the year. They're 0-1 as well, and so a couple of teams looking for their first district win tonight.
Yeah, it's really been tough sledding as far as these couple of weeks go for the injury bug in the Florence Eagles. We talked last week about just how well the guys did hanging together in that first half. A lot of new faces running in on defense. Sam, I thought the first half was the best the defense has looked all season at creating turnovers and disrupting and making their presence known. And then eventually what we've seen was the injuries just got to them, and it really limited. It cut the offensive playbook in half. You saw you had to get one-dimensional at times, creating turnovers and quick scores. But there are some things that I want to highlight that are preventable, and that was the special teams game was not Florence's friend last week. I thought it was going to be a tough half anyways. Florence did not help themselves at the beginning of that with some really bad miscues at the beginning of the half.
Had a fumble on a kickoff return, had a kickoff return that wasn't handled that you had to go back and get, and
allowed a punt return touchdown in the first half.
Special teams has been a strength for the Eagles, and it just wasn't the case last week. You mentioned how well the defense played. Really, the team played well overall for that first half of football, but the defense especially so. They were on a short field all night. They forced multiple turnovers and played really, really well. And if the defense plays well tonight, that'll be a good sign. What Florence really needs is for the offense to kind of pick up their pace.
Absolutely. It should be a great night. You see some scores around the region, 5A Region 3 last week. That's Florence's region. You see some scores there. North Pike and the rest of the crew playing their first district game last week. They come up short against a Natchez team that looks really could be a force here in
Natchez
5A Region 3.
has scored a lot of points this year. 21 may have been one of their lower scores that they have put on the board so far.
We talked about the conclusion of that South Jones Provine game last week. You see that represented there, and also the Florence game we just referenced here. But as far as Eagle Sports Network goes, you'll see presentation of the colors happening right now. Our plans are to get you sound from our white hat tonight, so that's something new we've added to the broadcast if all goes well. If not, we will get you that. We're going to take you to the field for the presentation of the colors.
Awesome job by the Big Red Band performing the Star Spangled Banner, and by the JROTC with the presentation of the colors. And the Eagles look like they are just about ready to take the field. You see down in their end zone, they've got a big red Eagle helmet to run through. And you see North Pike getting ready to move down into their own zone as well. We did mention that we're going to have some live on-field sound from our referees tonight and be able to hear some of their calls. And we may be able to get some sideline interviews with David, and maybe even some updates from the coaching staff before halftime and at the end of the game as well. And so looks like it's shaping up to be another great night of Eagle football. Fall is in the air for the first time so far on a Friday night, as it is expected to be a nice cool night here at Eagle Stadium, and it should be a great time for football. You see the captains taking the field: Keegan Cooper, Ethan Deere, Xavier
Looks as if Florence will receive. We are working through some of that. This is our first time communicating with our referees on a personal level. He was so kind to agree to wear our mic. Would not surprise me if he just forgot to cut that on. We're going to continue to try to bring you that through the night. But it looks like Florence will receive in their own end zone here that they'll be running out of to start today's game.
And if I did understand correctly, it sounded like the Eagles won the toss and elected to receive, which tells you that Coach Davis wants his offense on the field, maybe try to put some points on the board. Florence has had some fast starts on offense in the last few weeks, and so you see maybe Coach Davis wants to see another fast start, see if he can jump on this North Pike Jaguar team early and trust his defense to do what they have done all year long, as they have been a solid unit for almost every single week throughout the early part of this season. Here come the Jaguars now taking the field. Small contingent of Jaguar fans making their way up from Summit tonight. And here come the Eagles.
Huge shout out to our camera crew bringing you some of the best looks across high school football in Mississippi. Shout out to the Eagle Sports Network camera crew doing an amazing job week after week. You get an amazing look inside the helmet there. But Sam, we have some good news as far as we talked about the injury bug. Walk us through some of the good news that we got over the past 7 days.
You see some of it on your screen right now on the edge, and that is zero. Brian Davis is suited up. He's got his helmet on. He is going to be on the field and probably back receiving this initial kickoff. He went down just before halftime on a highlight reel interception. Couldn't come back into that game. Really weren't sure if we were going to get him back. Didn't know what the nature of that was, but great to see him back out here. And then we also have one of our defensive backs. Somebody remind me.
Riley
McFall, number 6, is going to be back tonight. He's going to be wearing a club as he's got a cast on his hand. And so it'll be big to have those two guys back. We missed them last week. They both started in the defensive secondary. And having them back should be a benefit for the defense, but also for the offense. We saw the offense really sputter without Brian on the field. Obviously, Morgan Weathersby still out as well. And so great to have Brian back tonight.
Yeah, we got here around 3:30 for setup and to test some things. And I saw Brian out on the field early. He looked good. That was good news, which we had gotten word from Coach that there were no breaks or anything for Brian and that he would play through some of these injuries. So, hey, these kids are tough. I know that's a longer list of kids who are just playing through some things. That just speaks to how bad they want to be out there with their team and the mentality that they have as far as making things happen and getting out there and playing for their school.
North Pike getting ready to kick this ball off. Interesting, they have the ball lined up on the left hash for the kickoff, not in the center. We'll see if they try to utilize some type of pooch kick across the length of the field, or if they go ahead and kick it deep here. It's not all that often that you see the kickoff team choose to spot the ball on a hash. And
we do have 15 seconds counting down here. They're going to use all this pregame time. That's what the delay is here, getting this thing kicked off. I was also able to watch Sam in the pregame. I was over there at the concession stand. Big Red Band does a good job of grabbing some folks and getting them to run that concession stand over there. But kicker actually gets one on top of the concession stand earlier.
Wow.
He has a big leg, so that's something to look forward to tonight, to see how the Jags are able to use him in some red zone and maybe just outside of that. He was making them from around the 35-yard line, so he's got a big leg on him.
Eagles have, again, we talked about Brian Davis back. Jaden Houston also back deep, along with Cortland Battie. Cortland had a tough time handling football last week. You know, he wants an opportunity to make that right this week, and a lot of speed back there. See if the Eagles can get this thing started off with a nice return, and maybe their offense can get them a spark here early. We had talked about the last 2 weeks. The Florence offense has started fast and played really well, and we'll see if that is the case tonight, but the team really benefits when they're able to play from ahead. All right, looks like we're ready. This one is whistled in, and here comes the kick. He does boot this one deep. Davis is back. He's going to receive it in the end zone, and that's going to be blown dead right there. We'll review our knowledge of high school kick rules. Anytime a kick of any kind goes into the end zone, crosses the goal line, that ball is dead. And so that's the case there tonight. So the Eagles will start from their own 20-yard line. And we see Kane Ashley come out and lead the offense on the field. Kane played a good game early last week. Really kind of was put in a hard situation, shorthanded, put in some desperate situations where he just had to put the ball in the air and hope for the best, and ended up with a couple picks on the night, but made some really nice throws. And he's played really, really well early in this season so far. Eagles come out in the wing set. One receiver to the right. They give it to Davis around the right side. He cuts it up. He's across the 30, now makes another man miss across the 40 and down the sideline, down to the 35 before he's pushed out of bounds. great sign to see Brian Davis moving well early in this football game.
Yeah, and I think that's what Coach Davis wanted. I think that's why he wanted to get the offense out there early, is to build some confidence for these guys, Sam. I mean, I, for one, can tell you I've really just been worried about the mental side of this football team. They've gone through a lot as far as the injuries go, and now some tough losses to go along with that. And I think Coach Davis really wanted to give his team a bolster and get their offense out there and start to build some of their confidence again after that second half last week.
And we know this offense is, they want to run the football, and good to see them have success early in this football game. Now it's Batee off the left side. He's got the edge, tries to make a man miss. Flags fly. Flag thrown from a position where it looks like it's likely to be a hold against the Eagles. See if we have the on-field mic. And you heard there, it's a hold on the offense and replay first down.
We'll work on those levels there for you, but I think I could hear them. I'm not sure how well you could hear it, but there is a hold. That's unfortunate after a first down gain. That really wasn't a bad run by Batee. It does get stopped up better than the Davis handoff, but he does a good job of finding some space there, but it's all negated by the offensive line there, who on the first couple of plays has looked really good.
We see the Eagles trying to stretch this North Pike defense sideline to sideline. This time it's a give. That's to Houston, who tries to get wide again and has another gain, maybe 3 or 4 on the play. Again, the Eagles try to test this North Pike defense wide. We saw them really try to do that a lot last week, and Brookhaven had the speed to run with them sideline to sideline. And we see the Eagles trying to do the same thing against a North Pike team who you don't feel like has the same athletes and the same kind of speed that Brookhaven had.
Yeah, I can already tell there's just a bigger difference as far as the defensive line goes. Brookhaven did such a good job controlling the line of scrimmage. I know there's a lot left in this football game. Eagles look more.
It's Cam Page now off the left side this time. He's got a nice gain on the play across the original line of scrimmage. Ryan, go ahead, what you were saying.
Yeah, Eagles look like they're going to be able to have more success controlling the line of scrimmage, which is really where they struggled, along with some other things. Mishandled snaps. Snaps look good early. We've seen a couple shotgun snaps. So if the Eagles can continue to do this, Sam, I think what they'll be able to find is they'll be able to control the time of possession and keep this game in arm's reach as far as their running game goes. Whereas last week there was a lot of mistakes, kept you behind the chains. Now Eagles looking to climb out here on a third down.
Trips to the right, Ashley looking to pass. He lets this one go. Pump fakes, now he throws it out. Looking for Batee, and he just kind of turns that one loose as he gets pressure on his backside and actually has hands on him trying to pull him down. And he's a big, strong kid, stays up on his feet. Turns it loose to avoid the sack, and I think really just throwing that one away as he's unsure if there's another defender that's right there around him.
Yeah, and there was. There was a guy coming off the edge. Kane has completely shifted his body to this right side of the field. His blind side's open. Good job of just getting the ball away. It's unfortunate he did have a couple guys over there, Batee and even Brian on the underneath, and we'll see Boykin boot this one way up in the air. That ball is loose.
Looks like the Eagles have recovered. The returner did not signal for a fair catch, and it was played perfectly. Was that Kason Harris?
I could not tell. There was a ton of black jerseys.
They were all over it. The punt was so high by Boykin, it gave the cover team all the time in the world, and they time it perfectly, and all of a sudden the Eagle offense is back on the field.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we have a replay on that. I'd love to see who that was that was able to kind of disrupt that. It could have been a number of guys here. That punt is booming. It is high. Yeah, that looks like Kason Harris his arms on him first, and then the recovery comes soon after there by the Eagles. What a job. We saw Hayden make that mistake of the low line drive punt last week that gave Brookhaven space. Here comes the offense.
They give it to Davis around the left side. He's got a gain of maybe 3 on the play. Eagles again on the ground, and they have run that sweep from the backside motion man now multiple times, really trying to set up that wide run. We'll see if they come back and test the inside. One of the reasons you see that is you see North Pike on most of the downs so far has been playing with 5 down linemen, really stacking the box, and so you're not going to have a lot of room right up the middle against that 5 front. So you see the Eagles trying to test it outside. They shift now. This time they do go back up the middle.
Sam, I think when I saw this play unfold, you see the motion by Brian that gets the eyes big by the defenders. You just mentioned how many times they've ran that sweep where they choose to go inside. One of the things I think that the offensive line has done well early in the season, and specifically in that first half last week, was misdirection. I would have loved to have seen that play work back towards the left, maybe get you a guard or so that's pulling out there with that running back there. You see that middle is just clogged up there. And that motion does pull the backers over there, but they run right behind Davis, and it makes it easy for the Jags to stop it up on 2nd down.
3rd and 6 now. Ashley looking to his right. He's got Battie out in the flat. Catches it there at the 15, makes receivers miss, falls forward. I believe he's going to have 1st down yardage on the play. Nice throw and catch there as Kane Ashley finds Battie out in the flat, secures the catch, and falls forward for the 1st down just inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that looks like a very similar concept to the play where he chooses to throw it over the head and out of bounds. Their black jerseys open in the pass game. We're seeing it early. Kane just got to stay poised. Offensive line doing a good job so far, giving him enough time.
They give this one to Battie around the left. He goes inside, outside, flags fly.
It does seem like we're going to get another hold here on Florence.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this call. We'll see on the replay. Keegan Cooper out there. Looks like he's going to get flagged for a hold. I just did not see it. I think he's just making a nice block out there on the edge.
Okay, it is going to be a hold there. I didn't see much happening. I did see a lot of black jerseys lead blocking there. No signs to my football eye did it see as if anybody was getting tugged on. But they see it. Their crew's right on top of it. Florence tagged with another big holding penalty on a 1st down run. Got to see if they can climb out of this one, unable to do so on the last drive.
2 receivers less this time. Play action. Kane looking to run now out to his right. A lot of room.
Run,
across the 20.
Fella.
Lowers his shoulder across the 10. Tackled down around the 8, maybe the 7-yard line. Nice run by big Kane Ashley as he pulls it down. Has all kinds of room out to his right. And look at the big man go. Nice run there by Kane Ashley to get all of that penalty yardage back plus some. 2nd down now and about 4 yards.
Yeah, good job by the big fella there. He just sees green grass in front of him, takes advantage of it. Not known for his legs, but you would be tough pressed if you're anybody to not take that type of space in front of you. Good job by Kane, makes it 2nd and manageable.
Eagles can get a 1st down. This time they give it to Brian off to the left. He's got room. Now he bounces it outside looking for the corner, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Eagles take the lead early. Nice drive by the offense, aided by the special teams turnover. As the offense comes out slow early, gets behind the chains, they punt, a nice high punt by Hayden Boykin. Kason Harris goes down in coverage, forces the turnover. Eagles get it, and now they're on the board, 6-0.
Yeah, Sam, let me tell you, you're never going to say, I want my offense when we get the ball to start the game. We see the snap and the hold.
Kick is good. Oh, yeah, there's flags on this. I see it on the near sideline. You've got encroachment. We'll listen to the call.
All sides on the defense. As soon as we try, and support you.
Yeah,
okay.
you heard him there.
Yep. And the issue is he declines that, and we'll have a conversation about that because we've learned that in this situation, if it's encroachment, that penalty cannot be declined if it's dead ball before the snap.
We have learned that.
And so we'll see if we get a correction here by this officiating crew as both teams still have their special team units on the field. and you hear his explanation. Yeah, he's saying that ball was dead. He confers with his officials, and they get it right. And so it'll be a re-kick here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a similar approach to what Mendenhall has done against Florence a couple times
Yeah, and
now.
here comes the offense.
And look, it took 2 times for Mendenhall to do this. It's another offside penalty. So the offense now going to run out with that half yard closer to the end zone to see if they can't get a 2-point conversion. This is the very thing that caused the missed point after at Mendenhall a couple years ago. They come back to our place this year, try it again. That's when we see the 2-point play come into a factor here, and we're going to see it now against North Pike here early. Eagles leading 6-0.
Nose of the ball just beyond the goal line. Expect to see the Eagles just try to power this ball straight ahead, and the power eye here, Coach Davis running out, see if he's going to get a timeout. Eagles had a hard time getting lined up. He does. And so as the Eagles take a time out here, we'll take you to our first break as well. Eagles lead 6-0. Stay tuned for more football right here on the Eagle Sports Network when we return.
No gimmicks, just roofs, strength, roofing, and siding.
All right, welcome back as the Eagles are lined up to go for 2 here. Back in the I formation. And the Eagles are in the end zone, and so it's going to be 8-0. It's a nice push by that offensive line, and the backs line up and just drive that ball ahead, the half yard they need. The Eagles lead early.
Yeah, that might be the easiest 2-point conversion that that Jaden Howson's going to have. Kaysen Harris leading the way at the fullback position. I mean, it's wide open. He maybe could have walked in. You might could have driven a semi-truck through the hole there. So good job by the Eagle offensive line early. 8-0, 6:32. I was just about to say before all the offsides fiasco, I don't think that the coaching staff would say we want our offense to go out there and stall after we give them the ball to start. But I tell you what, Sam, it's good to see Eagle football look like Eagle football again. Complementary football where every side is helping the other side, and that's what we see. Last week it hurt us where special teams for Brookhaven almost felt like it had a leg up on us. Early in this game, now we see special teams wins one back there with the fumble recovery. It gives the offense something to steamroll off of as far as momentum goes. Now we'll see what Coach Davis has up his sleeve here as the Eagles prepare to kick off for their first time.
Yeah, I'm interested in this kickoff for the Eagles. There's a conversation Coach Davis is having down with the side judge to try and figure out something about this kickoff. Leads me to believe that maybe they're having a conversation. Coach Davis is, I don't know if we can get a camera shot of this, but he's very animated about what he's trying to communicate. Eagles look like they may have something brewing here. Maybe they've seen something on the North Pike coverage unit. Looks like we're going to get a ball switch. Yeah, now he's going to tell them. So we'll see if it was just about the ball or if there's something brewing here. If you've watched the Eagles much, you know they kick the ball off in a variety of ways. Every kickoff in his adventure, you never know what's coming. See what Boykin does with it here. He kicks this one deep. Jaguars both backtrack. 3 takes it there at the 10, breaks it ahead to the right side. Still on his feet as he breaks a tackle. And then it's brought down at about the 30-yard line. Good coverage there by the Eagles. Had a man who had a chance to get him just outside the 20, who's just hanging on by his fingertips. And he breaks ahead for a few more yards before they get him down at about the 30. And we'll get our first look at the Eagle defense coming out here.
Yeah, if you missed last week, I want to kind of introduce some folks to you here. Keegan Cooper, which you know, wide receiver for the Florence Eagle. He's back at that safety spot, filling in for the injured Morgan Weathersby. You also see 14 there, Hunter Smith, played really well last week. And I say that because you almost didn't notice there was a difference. That's how well the Eagles played in that first half there as a defense.
North Pike gives this ball off to the running back. A lot of room off the left side.
Yeah, there's going to be
a hold right there as everybody sees it. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 50-yard line, and this one's coming all the way back. That North Pike offensive lineman grabs, and he makes a great tackle right out there. Unfortunately, offensive linemen aren't allowed to tackle. You can see all the flags.
Hold it on the offense. 10-yard turn. Take first down.
Will be a hold there. That was about as obvious as it gets. It was on Hunter Smith. We just referenced him stepping in and playing a huge role in this Eagle defense. He does a job right there of good penetration, of causing the Jaguars to hold him there. So the Jaguar offense, like the Eagle offense, now behind the chains already here. This is good. Eagles operate very well as a defense in these very long to-go situations.
Eagles having to slide coverage over this time. Get movement by the Jaguars. They're going to go back 5 more yards here. I was just noticing it's Keegan Cooper playing corner here in the spot that we expected Ryland McFall to return to in his spot. So we'll see. We still want to see Ryland come into this game, but it may be one of those situations where you see if you need him or not, and then you use him if you have to. He's suited up and ready. And you see Brian Davis, again, coming back and starting on both sides, playing safety here. We mentioned the importance of that. You see him on the field early in this football game. They throw this one out to the right. Receiver catches that one there. He's tackled shy of the 30-yard line. You talked about Hunter Smith. He runs that one down from the inside out.
Yeah, and I think one of the things when we'll see McFall and others is the Eagles having to do a little more load management with the injuries that they're facing. So we've seen them do that late in the halves where they'll run some guys out to help relieve some of those two-way players.
Looks like the Jaguars will stay in the shotgun here. Flags fly again. Not sure that formation was legal. I think you had too many players in the backfield.
Ball started, legal formation on the offense.
Yeah, they didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage. You can see that from here, looking down the line. They had 3 wide receivers and 4 men in the backfield, and one of those receivers wasn't on the line, and it just doesn't work. The North Pike here early as they have gone backward. Second down now and nearly 20. A lot of shifting here by the Jags, still trying to get lined up. Now they are. And motion again. Looks like the Jaguars move again. And they do. They're going to go back 5 more yards.
Dead ball. Ball start on the offense.
Yeah, what a week to have our referee mic'd up. He has been a
workout
star.
early.
He's been a star here in the first half. I'm just sitting here thinking about how nice this is, Sam. You know, we speculate a lot just because there is that gap between us. It's been really nice to get some clarification on some of those formation and procedure penalties.
Quarterback run here for the Jags as the quarterback just keeps this one off the right side, runs ahead for a short gain. Eagles do a good job of tracking him down. Going to bring up 3rd and very long.
And I would love to just see the Eagles get aggressive here. I'm not sure if it's going to be with a rush here or these safeties being ready to jump a pass here. But, man, you would just love to see in these long, almost predictable situations, the Eagles almost try to steal a possession here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Jags do something like a draw or a screen as they've got 4 wide, 1 receiver in the backfield. May throw 1 deep, but you got to feel like the Eagles are looking for that. They do sling it out to the side, and that receiver catches it but is hit immediately. That's Sagini out there on that side who runs him out of bounds for maybe a gain of 1. And that's going to bring up 4th down in a punting situation for the Jaguars. Nice early stop for the Eagles. They didn't have to do that much as the Jaguars go backward more than forward, and a chance for the Eagles to flip this field and maybe jump on the Jags here early as they lead 8-0 with clicking down near 3 minutes here to go in this first quarter and are about to receive a punt with 2 deep now for the Eagles.
I was just about to reference that.
Nice kick, and that's Davis who has this one. Batiste sets up to give him a block. He does have the corner. He's across the 50 to the 40. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line, and a really nice return there for the Eagles, and a really nice job blocking on the edge as Davis cuts around the corner. A couple of Eagles have a chance.
Batiste does a great job. He realizes he's not receiving this, so watch him. He's going to go straight into blocking mode. He said, I'm not moving. I'm not even coming to you. And then you'll see Xavier Smith come in with his hands to the sky.
Yep.
Blocking. Man, I just love, it's one of the things I love about football is when you see something that works, you just implement it for your team as well. We went to Brookhaven last week. They put 2 deep on a punt. We referenced how that helped them spread the field out and get more returns. Now we see the Eagles do it, and all of a sudden the offense almost gets the turnover we were asking for on 3rd down. They're set up shop right outside red zone here, already up 8-0.
Yeah, great return. The offense has a chance to really seize all the momentum here early. Eagles going to run this one with Houston. He drives ahead. Nice push by Houston. That offensive line he's hit near the line of scrimmage, but pushes ahead for another 4 yards and turns out to be a nice gain there on 1st down. See some new bodies coming in and out. We've mentioned Kason Harris a couple of times, getting some opportunities on offense, and every time he's in there, he makes some good things happen. He really can move some people around, and when they want to move something on short yardage, he's been an important part of that throughout this season. Eagles give this one to Davis, strings it way out to the left. Jags are there waiting for him. He makes a few guys miss, breaks 1 tackle. The ball comes out late, but I believe that one is blown dead. You see Davis slow to get up here. He's tackled for a loss on the play. He does get to his feet. You talked about that load management as you're playing just about every snap and you're running sideline to sideline. That takes a toll on your body over the course of the game. And that brings up 3rd and long for the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm not sure which Jaguar number that was. He did such a good job of setting the edge. A couple of Eagles try to do their best to push him back so Davis can cut that up the field. He just can't. You lose all the yardage you got there on 1st down to set up this 3rd and long.
Trips now. Ashley looking to pass this time. He's got his man in the flat. That's Davis at the 20. Up to the 25-yard line, and I think he's going to have just enough for the 1st down. Really nice job finding the sticks. We've seen the Eagles have a lot of success on that pass out to the flat. They have hit it multiple, and it looks like I'm wrong. It looks like maybe they're going to mark him a yard short, which is hard for me to believe from where this ball is spotted and what I can see on the chains. See if we get a measurement here. They're going to. Now they move the spot back to the 19-yard line. So that is going to make it short. Going to bring up 4th and 1 here. Big 4th down opportunity for this Eagle offense. See if they can get a new set of downs. Ashley sneaks this one ahead and has yardage good for the 1st down. You know, we saw the Eagles try that quarterback sneak last week and really struggled, couldn't move the football. They didn't get it. Here they execute a little bit better, and they get their offense a fresh set of downs as we see the clock tick near the end of this 1st quarter.
Yeah, you took that thought right off my brain. I immediately thought of that failed attempt last week. Good to see the offense make an adjustment through practice this week, pick up a big 4th down.
Ashley gives this one to Houston off the left, makes a man miss, and then drives straight ahead. He's tackled down near the 5-yard line. Nice job by Houston, putting a foot in the ground and getting north and south. We have seen this Eagle offense really try to run wide on the play that Davis ran to the left where he was tackled for a loss. It's almost as if you can see the white jerseys as soon as the ball is snapped, trying to get to the sidelines. And so Houston does a good job getting north and south. That's the end of the 1st quarter. Eagles lead 8-0. We're going to take you to a commercial break. Stay tuned for more Eagle football here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Come on, we're going to be late. No school, no
When your garage door breaks, you don't just need fast, you need super fast. Call today and we'll send a certified garage technician to your home. Quality repairs done so fast, it's like nothing ever happened.
They're not fast, they're super fast.
Call today and we're on the way.
All right, welcome back to Eagle football as we get ready to begin this second quarter. The Eagles lead the North Pike Jaguars 8-0. They have the ball just outside the 5-yard line and are knocking on the door here as it is second down and just about 3. The Eagles can get a first down before the goal line. They run this one ahead with Davis, and he is going to fall forward into the end zone. That's another touchdown for the Eagles as they take all the momentum here early in this football game. The offense is working, the defense is working, the special teams are working, everything going the Eagles' way. Just a simple run off the left side, really good blocking by the offensive line off that left side. Davis has a nice hole to run through. Really isn't hit until he gets near the goal line. Breaks one tackle, falls forward, and he's got 6 points. Boykin's extra point is up and good, and the Eagles lead 14-0.
Yeah, what a statement here. Offense, you know, it makes a huge difference. We referenced or even just thought about what that second half would look like if Brian doesn't go down. I thought it was one of his better halves outside of that Hancock game where he really just showed out. I thought Brian was really making a staple that he could hold this offense together in light of losing some pivotal pieces like Aiden Henfield on the offensive side of the ball and Morgan Weathersby. And all of a sudden it looked like the Eagles had some life. He goes down. But what a response here to come out against a division opponent here, and it just be such a crucial game for you to get back on the right track in your conference, and then all of a sudden a quarter of plays gone by and you have a 15-point lead. And then to reference again, Sam, one of the things we wanted to see them do well against Brookhaven was continue to play every quarter. We'll see how they handle that. This is similar to how the Hancock game started, and then all of a sudden some self-inflicted wounds. I know I was out here earlier during warm-ups. Tension was high. They wanted to win this game, but what can happen is you can really make this about something other than football, and that allows a team to climb back into the game.
Here's a chip kick now by Boykin, and that is received there by the North Pike up back as he receives it and falls out of bounds about the 40-yard line. I really think Boykin surprised everybody there as he kicked that ball off. Sorry to interrupt, but just had to bring you that as the Eagles try something there. And it doesn't quite work out exactly like they want it to, but it does prevent any return opportunity for the Jaguars.
Eagle defense comes back out really fresh, Sam. I mean, there were some plays that they were out there for, but they were really just non-competitive plays because of all the penalties by the Jags. So you're leading by 15, and you feel a lot better than that because your defense has really had to do minimal to nothing so far in this football game.
You see one of the substitutions. Now you see 13 moving over to safety and 15 coming in at quarters. They're trying to get Brian Davis a rest after that offensive series. We talked about how they're going to roll some bodies in and out. You see it on this series for the defense. North Pike quarterback takes this snap, gives it to his, no, he keeps it. Nobody's on the right side. He's all alone across the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. He's in the end zone. What a ball fake by the North Pike quarterback as he fools me and everybody on the defense. And he is gone for a 60-yard touchdown run. Watch this fake. Everybody runs, follows the running back, and the quarterback is all alone down the right sideline with no Eagles even able to get on the screen. Just completely faked out there by the fake.
Sam, it looks like, you know, we've really struggled with quarterbacks running the football anyways, but it looks like there was some.
That one's blocked.
This is going to be blocked here. Hunter Smith comes straight up the middle and gets his hands on it. What a job. That looked like, I know we've struggled against the quarterback run. That looked like a missed assignment there. There was something lapsed on that outside there. I don't know. It looked like it was Trip Smith, Hunter Smith over there. I think they'll get that cleaned up. But what an athletic play by the quarterback there. He really does fool just about everybody. I think he and his offense were the only ones that knew that he had the potential to keep that ball. He has the sidelines all by himself.
Yeah, somebody is going to be assigned to contain on that play. And whoever it was, whether it was Trip Smith or Hunter on this side, they missed that assignment, and the quarterback does the rest. As you mentioned his athleticism and speed, he takes it the distance because the entire defense just shifted that way.
Right.
It was somebody's assignment, but there were other guys who got to go chase a football, and everybody was just simply chasing the wrong guy. All right, so it looked like the Eagles were going to take all the momentum, and they did. But suddenly, on a single play, the Jaguars put 6 on the board. The Eagles do block the extra point. Now we'll see the Eagles have an opportunity to return another kickoff. The North Pike kicker kicked the last one all the way into the end zone. We'll see if the Eagles get a chance to return this one. Again, he does spot the ball on the hash mark rather than the center. And he kicks this one deep. Davis going to let it go over his head, and that one lands 6-7 yards deep in the end zone. You don't see that a lot in high school football. What a weapon to eliminate any chance of return. Nice kickoff by that North Pike kicker.
Yeah, he really is making those returners on the kickoff team really just non-existent back there. That I referenced he had a big leg in warm-ups. That is just a very impressive feat to have as a high school team to really eliminate that part of the game for an opposing team.
Offense fresh off a touchdown drive after the turnover. On the long field here as they'll start at the 20. They'll go back to the wing formation. They do give this one to Davis. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. As you see that same play design that the Eagles have run a number of times this game. And just looks like the North Pike team has seen it. And they're moving towards that motion really, really early. And we'll see if the Eagle coaching staff takes advantage of that. You mentioned the misdirection. It's one of the things the motion does. It gets them moving early. And if you head the wrong direction on that motion and we run a little counter action out the other side, or even give it to the running back as he passes up the middle, sometimes that can create room for some big plays. Ashley will take this snap from the shotgun. He throws it out to Cooper on his right, who makes a man miss. Now he moves up the field, breaks the tackle. Nice catch and run after the catch by Keegan Cooper.
We have really seen an emergence here by Keegan on offense. It's not that he's new out there. I think they're just maybe finding something in this kid that he can really bring something to this pass game.
Yeah, and I think it's just getting opportunities.
Right.
You know, he's had to step up, and he's had opportunities too. He's just simply made the most of those opportunities. And he's really played well and been a big piece for this Eagle offense and defense through the middle part of this season. Ashley in the shotgun again. He's looking to pass. Keegan Taylor has that one go through his hands as he is open, and Ashley makes a really nice throw, puts it on him. Keegan just can't quite squeeze that football, and nice execution there by the Eagle offense. But just can't quite squeeze that one, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, that's the same play, almost very similar to a play they ran in the first drive after halftime last week. Same result. Keegan just can't get his hands around the football, and it falls to the turf. Would love to see them connect on that. It's really working. That's a play that, as we'll see, Boyd can boot this one away again. Eagles will very smartly. That's Hunter Smith again making another special teams play, but very wisely covers that up as it was bouncing back the other way. As the Jags take over after their long touchdown, we'll take just a small break, get you right back here on the Eagle Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to Eagle football as the North Pike Jaguars offense takes the field, fresh off a one-play touchdown drive to get them back into this football game. Now under 10 left to go here in this second quarter. Quarterback's going to run this one again off the left side, still on his feet. Going to be down near the first down yardage. As you see, this quarterback run has hurt the Eagles. Again, the last time the quarterback run, it was a 60-yard touchdown. This time it's a 10-yard first down game.
Yeah, not to mention the numerous times throughout the season we've seen the quarterback run really play a factor in breaking down this Eagle defense. We're seeing it here again early by the Jags. Love to see this Eagle defense recover here and make some adjustments.
Quarterback going to run this one again on the right side. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward after a very short gain on the play. Better job by the Eagle defense to track down that quarterback run. Looked like Trip Smith got in on that one from the backside. Jags have a man down here. As the Jags have a player down, we're going to take a timeout as the Eagles lead 15-6 over the North Pike Jaguars. Stay tuned for more football when we return here on the Eagle Sports Network.
So we've made it out to the warehouse where we're carrying bentonite products for drilling applications. We're carrying absorbents for any kind of spill applications, traffic control products for any other traffic control needs you have. We even have pallets of water. So safety is a big thing for us here at ESI Supply. So come see any of our 8 employees and any of our 7 employees, and we'll be happy to help.
All right, welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network as the Eagles lead 15-6. The mascot's bringing the energy here on Eagle Field. We'll see if this Eagle defense can bring the energy as well as the Jags have the ball on 2nd and 8. Just across midfield, run straight ahead here. Nice stop by the Eagle defenses. Looks like the running back may have a small hole. He is hit immediately and driven back after a short gain. Going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
You got to know that the Jags want to get the quarterback and keep it in his hands.
Got to be looking at a quarterback run here.
That is about the only success they've had thus far.
Trips to the left. Quarterback's going to throw this one out to the single receiver to his right. That ball is overthrown. And going to be interesting to see what the Jags do here. Is it in plus territory? Probably a opportunity to go for this, but you may not want to put the Eagle offense back on that short field.
Well, they do have a kicker that has a really good leg. They could do something here as far as field position goes in that aspect. And, Sam, you've just cut the lead down 15-6. I think in this kind of gray area where you see a lot of offenses make decisions to go for it, I think if you have a different team and situation, because look at this.
What a punt. What a punt.
And it's
I think that ball, 16, what are you doing?
Oh, and he moved.
He carried it into the end zone. That is one of the best punts I've ever seen in high school football. The ball goes up in a perfect spiral.
He does have it marked down, but so the side judge does signal touchback. Yeah, Coach Davis says, "Wait, hold on, I'm seeing the touchback signal."
Yeah, we're going to see. He carried that ball forward. He was not stopped. That's a touchback. If your momentum carries you in.
You have to keep your feet out of the end zone.
Yeah, your momentum, if it carries you in, it's a touchback. We'll see this.
It is not.
Look at this ball. Hits on the 5.
Yeah, look, listen, if he just stops
right there, if he stops there,
he's good.
But the fall forward, that's a touchback. And they're spotting this ball on the 1. This is an incorrect call if they leave this call where it's spotted. If your momentum carries you in, whether it's forward or backward, then that ball is considered in the end zone.
Wow, they're
going to play this ball, and again, you get this sometimes, but the rule is clearly stated, and this is a misapplication of it as he's trying to tiptoe, and then he takes that last step into the end zone with the ball in his possession. They just get this one wrong.
Yeah, and this is tough. I mean, this is really tough if you're an offense here. Just so much margin for error trying to run any types of plays backed up against your own end zone. Like, look at this. Look at this sideline shot.
Yeah, you almost just have to quarterback sneak it. And that is what they do. They do a good job just pushing out for some yards here. Just getting back to that call, the only way that ball could be considered down at the 1 is if they said that they had chosen to blow it dead that quickly.
Right. That momentum had been deemed stopped, therefore that ball would be stopped right there at that half-yard line. But that's really tough, Sam.
He was steady moving forward. Like you could see his momentum carried him in.
And I would just love to see the Eagles be able to move the chains here and make something happen. But, man, it is really tough when you get down in this part of the field. Davis
Here goes
does
Davis
get it.
Around the right side. He's got a good run here for a first down, and I love to see that Eagle offense continue up the field and push that pile. We saw that so many times last year. Good to see it happening here on this drive for the Eagles.
Man, and shout out to the offensive line there. That's a tough couple of plays.
That's doing a job.
There's a lot of white jerseys in front of you. They all want to get past you. They're dying for a safety there. 15-8 is huge, getting the ball back. It's one score. So great job on them just making some holes. Brian, good job choosing the right one, getting up the field. Now we see the offense gain a little bit of momentum here after what we think, Sam, was a wrong call.
Getting that first down is the toughest when you're there on your goal line. Going to be a timeout here for the Eagles. Coach Davis runs down, sees something he wants to maybe take advantage of. So as they take a timeout with 6:50 left to go in this second quarter, Eagles lead 15-6. We'll take you to a break as well. Stay tuned for more Eagle football when we return. All right, welcome back to Eagle football as the Eagles have the ball 1st and 10 just outside their 15-yard line. This drive started inside their 1-yard line, and so the Eagles have pushed this thing out for the first down. We'll see if they can continue to move this football. Ashley looking to pass. He's got Harris out in the flat. Nice catch. Runs through a man. He's got a big first down, run out of bounds there about the 35-yard line. We talked about how Harris has emerged on the offensive side of the ball, and we usually have seen him doing a lot of blocking with that. This time, they run him out of the backfield. He makes a nice catch and gets a big conversion. Now, all of a sudden, a drive that starts on your own 1-yard line looks like your offense is on the move. The offense has played well here in this first half. Be nice to see them go down the field and end this half with a score. This time they give it around to Davis off the left side. It's going to be a hold there in the backfield.
Yeah, but he's going to get slapped with a hold here. Just doing way too much once that play leaves.
Yeah, Davis has
gets
got the
around
corner.
him, and then
he throws him down.
Yeah, he continues to keep his hands on that defender there. I know what he's thinking. If I let him go, he can run him down. Brian may have something, but when you lose leverage like that, you just have to let go. Yeah, it is a hold there. I didn't get that unmuted for you at home listening. That is a hold there on number 2, Cortland Battie. Yeah, just continuing to do too much there.
And that's just a really tough penalty because he's in the backfield when he makes the hold. That call is enforced from the spot of the foul. So you're first down and 25 yards right here. I mean, It's not just the 10, it's 10 from the spot. And it just kills all your momentum as an offense. You've pushed the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone from the 1-yard line, and now you're first and 25 all the way back inside the 20. Ashley looking to pass. Has Battie. He catches this ball still on his feet. Oh, whistles blow, and he was not down.
I think what they're going to see, and I think I may have saw the same thing, and
We'll
I
see
think
if his
we'll have
wrist,
it on the
maybe.
replay. I think
We'll
maybe
watch.
his forearm is what they're going to say went down.
But if it's his hand, he's up.
If his hand is good, I think what they're going to say is he goes down here. Yeah, I think that ball forearm is what they're seeing. That's a tough.
Look, we can't see that on our replay. His other body. Now, maybe they've got a better view, but from there, you can't see anything that would rule him down, touch the ground, because his ball hand is behind his other hand. His non-ball hand, it was just his hand, and it's got to be your forearm that touches the ground in order to be ruled down.
We're going to get another penalty flag here.
False start on the offense.
It is a false start there, another procedure penalty, and the Eagles continuing to go in the wrong direction here in what looked like you may turn nothing into something here. Eagles trying very hard to not do something here on this drive, but still just second down here. Got to get a lot of yardage back here to make it third and short.
Eagles have been able to get chunks through the air when they wanted it. This time they give it to Davis around the right side. He runs ahead for a gain of maybe 4 yards on that play. Bring up third and about 11. Eagles would love to convert this. Whether or not this drive winds up in points, what you want to do is try to get to the locker room here. You really don't want to give the North Pike offense another opportunity with this football here before the end of the half.
Yeah, third and long here. The
Eagles,
first down marker is about the 44-yard line. You'd love to see the Eagles get a lot of this back to maybe get in a go-go situation there on fourth down. We'll see play
looking
action.
out in the flat. Now he's looking deep. That ball is almost intercepted as Ashley has Davis out in the flat on the same type of pattern and route that we've seen over and over. He's also got Cooper cutting up the middle, and just some confusion between quarterbacks and receivers. Davis is really wide open out in the flat. Cooper also kind of open as well with just one man back there. And it looks like Ashley's looking for Davis to turn and go up the field. He breaks his route off, and so he throws it to the deeper man. Result is an incomplete pass. Potential punting situation here for the Eagles.
Yeah, he's looking for Davis there. Davis cuts his route off. He's looking for Cooper there. Cooper ends his route. He's just very thankful in this moment that the safety, who never broke down, he saw the ball coming the whole way, just can't get a squeeze on it. And it does look like the Eagles will at least get a chance to flip some field here and get your defense out there for 4:18 left in the first half.
Yeah, and we'll see if that ball is picked off there. It would have worked like a long punt if he falls down. So we'll see where they end up after this, what we expect to be a punt by the Eagle offense. Eagle offense had a lot of success early, Ryan. You mentioned to see if they could kind of maintain their momentum and play all 4 quarters. Offense has sputtered here in this second quarter. Penalties have been one of the main reasons.
Eagles run onto the field quickly here. Boykin takes it. Will boot it away here again.
Nice bounce.
He'll get a better bounce here, and it'll go dead around the 32, 33-yard line.
And so the Eagles probably lose about 6 yards there on the punt versus an interception if there would have been no return, but this looks better in the stat sheet.
It does. Kane's thinking, please don't add another one. He really tallied some interceptions last week, just trying to get the offense going.
Yeah.
You referenced that a couple times. He's probably thinking, yeah, I'm glad he let that one go through. We could punt this away and get our defense out there.
And the Eagle defense has played really, really well tonight.
Yeah.
They had one play, a big breakdown that goes for a 60-yard touchdown run by the quarterback. With the exception of that one play, this North Pike offense has really struggled to do much with the football.
Now for a couple of plays here, we have seen McFall come back onto the field. Hunter Smith waiting closely by the defensive coaching staff. So they are doing a good job. We thought they would of some load management here, making it easier on some guys to play both sides of the football.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left for the Jaguars. Quarterback gives this one to the running back. He's hitting the backfield. Nice stop. Tackle for loss on the play.
Yeah, Houston.
Jaden Houston just steps up, sees that coming, beats his block, makes a tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, this right here, you'll see it on the replay. This has not been an issue for the Eagle defense, responding to the handoff that goes to the running back. What has been an issue otherwise is when he decides to keep that. So that right there is textbook defense as we've seen from the Eagles. And they're doing a better job here of just containing the line of scrimmage in general. So good job. It sets up a second long.
This time it is the quarterback run. He's got a gain of maybe 7 or 8 on the play. You can see the difference there when the quarterback keeps the football. He's really moves well with it, and it allows that running back to work like an extra blocker, which is effective there off the left side on that last play. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Jaguars.
In a situation just like this, we saw them try to go quick to the outside with the pass. He airmails it here, and there was some space there, Sam.
Yeah.
So if you look here, you can see at the bottom of your screen, McFall is giving him 10 or so yards of space there. This time they'll elect to run with the quarterback.
That's a nice run by that quarterback as he is hit right at the line of scrimmage, bounces off, breaks the tackle, and then runs ahead and has a first down gain. We'll see if the Jaguars pick up the pace here now with a fresh set of downs. Clock ticks down near 2 minutes. They are down 1 score. Looking to the sideline.
Play clock is at a standstill.
2 receivers left, 2 right. He is looking to pass this time, throws it across the middle, and that ball is dropped by the receiver. Little room on the inside that time as they run slants with a flat route running out the backside, and quarterback really makes a nice throw. 12 just can't handle it.
Sam, something that I've really just been confused about for a couple of weeks and watching the Eagles on defense when they get into these soft zones. A lot of times what happens in the soft zone is you'll lose some underneath leverage, but something that the Eagles haven't done particularly well is keep their eyes on the quarterback. What they'll notice is when he's passing, it is very apparent he's passing from the moment it hits his hands, and it almost feels like they're not aware of that and not responding to that. You'll see a handoff here, 2nd long, and it goes
nice play by the defense.
Essentially nowhere, but I would just love to see them respond to some of those balls in the air. The Eagle defense not necessarily known for ball hawking, but when you're sitting in those soft zones,
that is the point of that call.
That is the point, and I would just love to see them. You'll see a timeout here by Coach Davis now, maybe trying to make something happen here for his offense. with 1:47 left. But, man, I would just love to see them take advantage of what appears to me like a very readable signs by the quarterback of when he's passing and where he's passing.
Yeah, and it also allows you to have your eyes on him in case he decides to pull it down and run.
Right.
That's one of the hard parts about man coverage with a mobile quarterback is you got your eyes on your man, he turns and runs, and you don't know it. So the zone kind of prevents that, and we'll see what the coverage call is here. It looks like Coach Davis trying to maybe save his offense some time.
Yep.
As it's third down, he takes that time out on a third and maybe 7 yards.
Well, I can tell you, Sam, what he wants to happen here is maybe they try to pass it again and you keep this at a standstill. He wants to get those two back, Matee and Davis, for another punt situation. The last time that happened, Davis takes it all the way back to the 20 and 25-yard line. All of a sudden, you're looking at a scoring opportunity for the offense.
We'll see what the Jaguars do, see if they put this ball in the air and try to take advantage of it, or if they run it to try to burn this clock. Motion man comes. He is going to look to pass. Got a receiver down, good for the first down. That ball is caught about the 42-yard line, maybe the 43-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Jaguars. Nice throw and catch there as he just runs a little stop route.
That was simple.
And you mentioned the cushion on the outside by the Eagles. He just runs to the sticks, turns around, ball's on time, on target, and it's a first down.
Had an Eagle down, slow to get up. Xavier Smith, he looks like he's going to be able to make it off under his own power. Something happening.
Yeah, maybe a cramp. The way that he's kind of jogging off is like he's got that cramp out for a moment, but you don't dare relax your leg so it doesn't catch you again, so you keep that heel extended. Xavier's been banged up for a couple of weeks, and so playing through some struggles, proving that he's a good player, tough player.
First down here for the Jags.
Quarterback's going to keep this one.
Wow,
Nice
and what a
play by
job.
Hunter Smith. He hits him in the backfield. We talked about the improvements and making sure that you play your assignment.
Yep.
And Hunter Smith just plays that perfectly as they fake to the running back again. He just stands there and waits for the quarterback to pull it, and when he does, he's there to bring him down.
I know that coaching staff is very excited about that play right there in particular, because I do think that was Hunter Smith's assignment there on that 60-yard touchdown. You see him immediately improve on that, get a big tackle here. We do have a development on the sideline. We did see on that big pass, that screen pass set up to Kason Harris, he kind of runs off gingerly. He does have some ice on that knee and is on the sideline. So I'm not sure if this is a situation where you allow him to rest for a bit, maybe get him back after the half, and it just depends on game situation. But that is your update there on Kason Harris on the sideline. The update here in the game is it is second and long, 1:21. The Jags call a timeout this time because now they're anticipating that their offense can do something here.
Yeah, Eagle defense really needs to step up and get a stop here. Want to preserve this lead. A game you feel like you've dominated, but you're only leading by one score. Quarterback looking to pass. He pump fakes. Now he's going to pull it down and run it. Nice play that time.
And I wish he would have thrown it. As soon as we talked about it, he pump fakes that, and Rylan McFall is on an immediate sprint to where he's throwing or pump faking the ball, and maybe that's why he elects to not throw it.
I think so.
So a good job there. And look, and they wrap up. It seems like the eyes were in the backfield. They're able to wrap up, and it sets up a third and long for the defense.
I can't call that. That's 24. Somebody help me with who 24 is. He makes a really nice play. Screen set up this time by North Pike.
I think from what
Still
we
on
can
his
tell,
feet there, breaking a couple of tackles. He's going to be all the way down to the 25, maybe the 24-yard line. Big pass play on the screen there by North Pike.
I think from what we can tell, that's Colson Arrington there.
Colson Harrington makes a nice play. I think he gets back in on the next tackle this time, all the way hustling down the field. And now all of a sudden, Jaguars
to run.
deep in Eagle territory. Looking to pass, looks to his left. Now he's trying to run. And that's Colson Arrington who's got him again. Colson
Look
getting
at him
opportunities
go.
in the game, and he is letting everybody know that when he gets an opportunity, he's going to make the best of it. 3 plays in a row, 3 tackles there for Colson.
Man, I wish our white hat had an earbud in his ear so I could ask him a question. I've just been curious. I've seen the Jags offensive line do this numerous times where they just essentially fall at the feet of the defense. It's such a small, thin line between a chop block and whatever that is that they're doing, and I would love to just get some clarification there.
Yeah, so that cut block that they're trying to execute is a legal block as long as that lineman is not engaged with another lineman. But at the moment that defensive lineman is engaged with another lineman, then you can't go down to the feet there. And so when you kind of dive low like that, you've got to really be careful, and you can cut block. But if they're engaged at all, that's when it becomes a chop block. And it's I feel confident the Eagle coaching staff probably has their eyes on that.
Yeah, they've done
maybe
it numerous times, and the entire offensive line does it right there. Quarterback elects to keep it. That's not the smartest decision when your entire offensive line is on their belly.
Yeah, and when you're trying to make something happen with little time left on the clock. Looking to pass this time. That ball is thrown short of the receiver. That will stop the clock.
That is such an interesting, not from, just from a strategic standpoint, it doesn't feel as if it's working, and they continue to go back to it over and over again. We'll see what they do this time on 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and maybe 13, 14 yards here. Eagles make a couple of substitutions. They'll be coming after the quarterback. He's going to run this one to his left. Hit right at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go for him. He's tackled inbounds, and that will let that clock run, and I would bet that takes us to the end of this half. All right, looks like we've got a timeout. Maybe the Jags going to try a field goal here.
Yeah, I think they are. I mentioned he was booting them from around the 30, 35-yard line. They break just in front of the 30. I thought maybe they would try it. Now, Sam, there is something I was telling David as we were sitting down there watching. The snaps and the holds weren't as impressive as one maybe would want to see or as quick. So that could be a development here as we watch this long field goal.
Yeah.
They tend to take a little bit longer. Those kickers need momentum.
And looking at this, we mentioned this kicker. It looks like maybe he just likes the ball on that left hash.
Right.
Because in hindsight, now seeing the timeout and then preparing for a field goal, it looks like that play was run just to get the ball on the left hash, maybe get a few yards, let him have the ball where he likes it and see if he can't put one through the uprights here. And this would be a 51-yard field goal?
That line of scrimmage is right around the 28-yard line. So, yeah, this is
45-yard field goal.
It's a boot.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good.
Wow.
What a kick by the North Pike kicker special teams unit. And that kick is going to be a big one in the course of this game as they end this first half on a score and go into the locker room with the Eagles up 15-9. Interesting first half, a lot to talk about when we come back. We will get you the halftime show that will take place. And right now it looks like we are going to get a sideline conversation with Coach Davis and hear his thoughts from the first half. David?
Yeah.
Hey, Coach. One-score game going into the half. I think our defense did really well. What do you have for the team to just come out and secure a win in the second half?
Right there when we went up 15-0, made a coaching error, and it came back to bite us, and, they got a little momentum. So I got to do a better job. We'll do a better job on it. We're going to come out and just fight it. We're going to come out with our defense on the field first, and then we'll set the tone. We're tempo setters, and we're going to bond together and get this thing right.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Coach Davis always wanted to take responsibility. And, interesting, what he's referencing there with a coaching mistake. I'm not
Right.
sure exactly what he's
Me
talking
neither.
about.
I'm sitting here trying to think through when it was 15-0. I'm thinking maybe he's talking about the pooch kick.
I think he's talking about
and the field
I think he's
position,
talking about
so-
the field position after the kick. I don't know if that's what it is, but
Right.
that's what I think it is as well. And I think what he's doing is just saying, hey, it's all on me, and he's always wanted to do that, wants his guys to as well. All right, we're getting ready to bring you the halftime show here. As you see, the Eagle dance team going to take the field. Coach Davis is not one of them, even though his graphic is up there. If he thought it'd help, he'd get out there and do this. But we're going to take you to the field for the dance team, and then expect to bring you the Big Red Band as well.
Harley Hickton, Olivia Mitchell, Lily Nicholson, sophomore Skylar Fuller, Skylar Dickerson, Haley Hall, Avery Martin, Taylor Raymond, Sammy Sebrin, Harry Yates, our sophomores, Lena Dunkley, Shelby Claire Walter, Ashlyn Watt, also junior Kylie Bates and the co-captain, and our seniors, Harley Joe Smith, a senior and an NBA All-American, and our Sydney Hickton, captain, senior, and an NBA All-American.
Hey, you a little boo thing, so I'll give it all what you do, say, girl, I know, give it up to tank, I'm sure you got shot like two great, girl, I know,
I give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen. welcome to the field the Florence Big Red Band. Tonight, the band will be presenting a portion of their show from the north side. Featured performers include Taylor Bean, Riley Sills, Noah Walker, Sawyer McDavid, Landon Walden, and Kenzie Young. Florence High School is proud to present drum majors Bill Clark and Kamari Mangum and the Florence High School Big Red Band.
That's the nice report. It feels good. 2:25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. Behind 10, 9, 8.
right, welcome back to the second half, which will get underway in just a few moments. Eagles lead 15-9 in what they started out really a dominant start to the game. Coach Davis mentioned that they were out 15-0, but the Jaguars fight back and put 9 unanswered on the board to go into the locker room. And it looks like the Eagles really need to be careful here because a game that you feel like you dominated, you let North Pike get back in here. And so we will have to see how that plays out. You hear a little on-field chatter with the refs. Again, we were excited to have their mic on, and so they've done a great job with that. It's new for them, and so it's been neat to hear some of the input from the refs. You see some score reports here. Brookhaven all over Provine at the half. And then South Jones, we talked about South Jones really demonstrating that they were going to be a force to be reckoned with. And that 15-0 halftime score over Natchez that'll be getting some people's attention.
That tells us kind of what we speculated that South Jones would be. We knew that they played Provine. We see what Brookhaven's doing to Provine. This is not a beat up on Provine, oh, they're so bad, but this is just looking at it for what it is. We said 42-6. We'll see. Let's get another sample. Well, there's your sample of South Jones right there. They're proving they can play a little football this year. They're up 15-0 on Natchez.
Provine's down this year, but Natchez has a decent team, and so that's a big halftime score there. In this one, again, the Eagles lead 15-9. Feel like the lead could be bigger. Defense has been solid throughout the game. Offense started hot and then sputtered. And so it'll be the Eagles kicking this ball off to start this second half. They faked the onside attempt. Now they'll fan out.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think if he kicks it deep, it'll be all but confirming our speculation of what Coach Davis was referencing to. Yep, and it will go.
Chips, this one is received around the 20.
Yeah, so you're looking at about not a huge swing, but about a 7 to 10 yard swing there of field position. That's another first down. So Hayden gets that. It's the same style of kick, just a little bit further.
Pushes a little further down the field.
And it's a little higher in the air. It allows those down men to get there quickly.
It still eliminates the threat of the big return, but it pushes the ball a little bit farther down the field so you don't give up so much field position.
Eagle defense back out here. Colson Arrington back out here again. He ended the half very strong.
Really announced his presence once he got on the field. And he's out there because Kason Harris is injured. He's not going to play in this second half. Hopefully he'll be back soon, but he's going to sit this second half out.
Yeah, this is going to be a false start here. We'll get
False start on the offense.
We saw this North Pike offense really struggle with penalties, especially early, and they've started the second half similar to the way they started the first.
Yeah, that tight end there on the edge of the offensive line, he's anticipating the snap, and he just gets a lean a little too early. They get him on a procedure penalty false start, so we'll see the Jags once again start behind the chains.
This offense has really struggled to move the ball with any consistency, but they have hit a couple of big plays. The quarterback took one run for 60 yards, and then they hit a screen pass late in the second half to move down the field. Other than that, it's been tough sledding. This time they give it to the running back.
And look at Colson. He is just everywhere. I'm impressed. Sagini in on that as well. Xavier Smith, we did see him get shaken up a little bit. Good to see him back out there helping folks up. This essentially goes for no gain, maybe a gain of 1 or 2, is second and long still as the Eagle defense stays right on time here after the penalty.
You'd love to see younger players getting opportunities and then producing when they get the opportunities, and that's what Colson has done so far in this ball game. North Pike going to shift. Back comes to the left side.
Ball's loose on the ground. Page right there.
Quarterback, all he can do is dive on it. So he has a hard time handling that. Looked like Cam Page was maybe going to take it and go. Quarterback does a good job getting it back. Going to bring up 3rd and long for the Jags.
Yeah, we have seen just how difficult that can be to cover up a ball. So good job by the quarterback maintaining that, making sure no harm goes any further after the bad snap.
Big opportunity here for this defense. Now they can pin their ears back, come after the quarterback. That snap comes out early. Quarterback's not ready for it. He does catch this one, but he doesn't want it. all the linemen are going, why'd you snap the football? He thought it was on time. They're all looking to the sideline. It's one of those fake the count, look to the sideline, ball comes back, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 20-plus yards. Eagle defense gets a stop, and Davis going to have a chance to return this
right
one.
Inside the logo.
Going to be near midfield.
Another good job by the quarterback. It's almost as if what I was saying before applies to that play too. A lot of times those balls come out early, hit the quarterback in the chest, and it's loose.
Davis takes this one to the left side. He's across the 50, now to the 40. Cuts it back into the middle at the 30. Going to be brought down around the 25-yard line. Another big punt return by Davis. The Eagles did have 2 again back that time, but T was back to the right, but Davis chooses to take that one to the left. Obviously the right decision as he breaks off another big return and now puts his offense in scoring position to start this third quarter.
Yeah, Coach Davis felt like they were going to be able to make some noise in the punt return game, and he was absolutely right. He saw something that he wanted to take advantage of, and we've seen Brian Davis take 2 balls almost inside the red zone where the offense will start right here around the 25-yard line.
Kane Ashley in the shotgun. He's going to give this one off. It's run to the right side. It's a nice gain by Xavier Smith that time. We talked about Xavier. He's the leading returning rusher on this football team and really has been a big piece for this team, kind of battling through some injuries.
Right.
And you really need him. You see what he can do running the football, getting those hard inside yards.
Yeah, he and Houston have done just a fantastic job of carrying the load as far as some of the amount of snaps we've seen them carry the ball. We obviously know Brian Davis been a big part, but T been a really big part of that rushing attack. But those 2 guys there, Smith, Houston, really carrying the load as far as the carries go this year.
And having Smith and Houston able to carry the football on the ground allows you to move Brian out into that slot where he's really, really effective. We saw Brian line up at tailback some, and he certainly is capable of running the ball from there. But when we're able to move him out in the slot, he changes things, and you see him move out into the slot this time. Ashley gives this one to Houston off the left side. He breaks a tackle and drives ahead. Going to be tackled around the 15-yard line, very close to a first down. Third and maybe a little less than a yard. Eagle offensive line has been effective so far tonight on short yardage. They've been able to move the ball via the quarterback sneak on a couple of occasions, and then also just been able to run it straight ahead when they wanted to for short yardage in situations like the one they're in right now.
I like they come out here in the shotgun here. A little bit of deception on what you can do here in 3rd and short.
Ashley looking to pass. He's going to run and have the first down. Nice composure, nice decision-making there by Ashley as they try to kind of fool him, I think.
Right.
3rd and 1.
I thought maybe, I was about to say, in these 3rd and short, if you feel like you can convert that, go ahead and do it on 4th down. Allow your offense to open it up a little bit. He does that. I don't think they would have ever guessed that Kane would get that with his legs. But we have referenced so many times he does such a good job at continuing to climb the pocket.
That's right.
And climb the pocket. And by the time he realizes he's already at the line of scrimmage,
all he's got to do is fall forward.
Falls forward. He's a big, tall kid, and all it takes is just to move forward.
And he's not a burner. He's not a super fast kid, but he moves his feet well.
He does.
This time he gives that one to T on a reverse. North Pike stays home for it. Cooper breaks some tackles, and he's driven out of bounds hard, short of the 10-yard line. That's a lot of work by Keegan Cooper as North Pike is staying home for that reverse. Doesn't trick anybody, and he makes one man miss and then breaks another tackle and somehow does
I like the reverse.
A gain of 2 or 3 on the play.
We had talked about wanting to see them use some misdirection. One of the ways you can do that are those lateral reverse type plays. North Pike really does a good job of staying home. Keegan does good just to get positive yards on that play. So
he was hit behind the line of scrimmage and turns it into a gain.
Stay in the shotgun here. Zay Smith back there with him.
They're going to give it to Smith right across the 5, still on his feet, down maybe at the 2-yard line. That's one of the better looking runs we've seen from Xavier Smith. Looks like maybe kind of regaining his form that we saw at the beginning of the season. A really good runner. Good to see him kind of hitting his stride again so far tonight.
Yeah, that's another first down. The Eagles continue to move the chains here on this opening offensive drive for them off of the big punt set up by Brian Davis. So knocking on the door here, trying to answer back a 9-0 run.
Go to the I formation. Eagles trying to push him across the line. He's going to be down short of the goal line. Eventually he drives in there, but I think they blew that one dead. That was Houston that they give that ball to. He's tackled short of the goal line.
As you can see, Xavier Smith, he says, please,
he wants
please. He wants this ball. He really had a
it.
nice run that set them up.
Yep.
That has them knocking on the door. It's so awesome to see the camera angles we have here of just the personality of the players coming out. He wants it. He you know, we had talked about he's been dealing with some struggles and some injuries. He is in the backfield with Brian Davis. We'll see what the coaching staff goes with.
They do give it to him straight up ahead. He drives ahead. We'll see if they mark him. Looks like he's in the end zone, and he is. Touchdown, Eagles. He calls for the ball. Coach gives it to him. Good to see him deliver.
And look
Good
at
for
Batee
Xavier
there.
Smith.
So Zay Smith throws the ball up in celebration, and Batee goes and gets it, runs it to the ref.
Make sure he doesn't get a penalty
there. He doesn't want any penalties, but, man, good job. We talked about Xavier Smith, been beat up, been struggling.
Happy for him.
And really played well last year. Just been really laboring some injuries. So good to see him get in the end zone there. Good to see the coaching staff listen to his plea.
Look, and the Eagles need him to play well down the stretch here. I mean, he's a gifted runner. He brings some things as far as your power run especially. And so good to see him kind of get back to form tonight. Big early touchdown here to start this third quarter for the Eagles there. They extend their lead now to 22-9 as they prepare to kick this football off. The punt return was really the key play that set this offense up. They've been on the short field a lot tonight and been able to do some good things with the football when they have been.
He really felt like off of that positive return, it made the offense, which it had done some really good things. We did see them sputter right there before the half. After they climb out of being inside the 1-yard line, they kind of get the ball around the 30 and then begin to sputter and couldn't really advance that play. But other than that, the offense has played pretty well. We felt like this would be a game where they could control the line of scrimmage and some of the time of possession, and they've done that so far. We see this ball go watermelon style. They're laying on the field. We'll see what Boykin does with it. Maybe kick it right at the up back.
Squibbs this one. Bounces. It just picked up there just outside the 20. North Pike defender makes a couple of guys miss, but loses yard. Is going to be tackled back near the 20-yard line. Good coverage there by the Eagles.
Man, one of the things that impressed me was just how fast the Eagles were able to get down there. That ball is moving pretty quickly. Boykin actually gets it to the return man pretty quickly, but soon thereafter the black jerseys ensue. And he continues to break tackles, which is normally a positive thing, but ends up being a negative thing for the Jaguars as he just continued to move backward and backward. So we're speculating here. We're going to get some clarification from Coach about what he was thinking about that coaching mistake. But if it was field position, he's done a good job here in the second half of pinning the Jags back.
Yep. All right, here comes the defense. Do see Riley McFall back on the field for this series. Brian Davis back on the field for this series. Keegan Cooper back safety this time. This is the quarterback. He fakes it and keeps it off the right side. Little room to run. Flags fly in behind the play.
Yeah, we're going to hear this, but I think it's going to be on Trip Smith.
Hold it. Only offense.
Yeah, so they are going to get a hold. There was a lot happening on the back end of that play. The only reason I thought maybe they would get tripped, it continues well beyond the play. The helmet does come off, but I think they see there's some frustration from that hold, it gets the attention it needs. And once again, almost a mirror drive to what the Jags have been doing. Other than that big play and the screen pass, this has been the motto of the offense so far, and that's penalties and being well behind the chain. So Eagles have a good chance now.
Some more new jerseys in. See a true freshman, Rylan Gordon, 21, coming in.
He'll
to give
slide
Colson
in.
Arrington a break. To give this one off to the right side. He's tackled there after a short gain on the play. And it looks like he's actually not. He's maybe giving Trip Smith an opportunity to catch his breath, as I see 24 still in there. And 56, I didn't get a number on 56, but he's getting some time as well. A new player there on that defensive front.
Second and very long here for the Jags. They'll move their trips back out to close side here on the quarterback's left.
Yeah, they like the trips to the wide side.
Play clock is moving down.
Eagles will have a man free off quarterback's right. Now they move the back over to pick him up, and whistles blow.
I tell you, I think the Jags are going to get a timeout here, but they're very fortunate to get this timeout. I thought, no, they actually are going to get them here with the delay of game penalty. I thought that it was well on zero.
Well beyond the zeros.
And I thought it would be good fortunes if they were able to get that timeout. They don't get the timeout. Instead, continue to go backwards. So everything they did get on that first down play is now negated by another penalty.
High snap handled by the quarterback who runs this one. Nice tackle there by Rylan McFall as he cuts him down just across the 20-yard line. Quarterback has a nice gain on the keeper, going to get all of the penalty yardage back, but that will bring up third and maybe 9 yards.
I tell you,
Jaguars trying to go fast here.
That snap was high, and the quarterback does a good job of handling that. He turns it into a good gain. He gets right beyond the original line of scrimmage here. It's 3rd and 9.
Eagles were really without a lot of safety help here, be coming after him. And they do. And there is McFall with a nice play. He's locked up in man coverage. Is just covering him tight the whole way. Takes that good hand and reaches through and breaks up the pass. Nice play by McFall.
I just had my eyes on McFall. He's done such a good job ever since I referenced watching the quarterback. He's done a fantastic job. Look at this. The concentration. The throw does go on the backside, which ends up hurting McFall because he's reading the ball so well.
On top. Yeah.
But, man, he does a good job of just reaching around and getting his paw in there and knocking that ball loose. It's 4th down in a punting situation for the Jags.
One good hand was enough for him as this ball is kicked deep over Davis's head and then takes a huge bounce all the way back inside the 20, and all Davis can do is watch it roll there. That is going to pad the punter stats for the night. Again, we've talked about how good their kicking game has been, and it has been another good one there as he kicks that ball from his 20 inside Florence's 20.
Now the offense, Sam, is almost presented with another opportunity in which they were when it was 8-0, and that's a chance to build on this momentum and really put away a game, essentially, if you can use some time here and some good defense down the backstretch of this game to put a staple on this game and say, you know, we really want to control this game for 4 quarters. We talked about how the Eagle offense at times has gone on spurts, then all of a sudden it looks like a game again due to many different circumstances. So now the offense back out here to push this lead.
Ashley gives this one off the right side. That's Xavier Smith again. He's going to be up across the 20-yard line and brought down there after a nice first down gain. That's the kind of first down play that Florence has really missed this year.
Yep.
To just be able to line up, hand it off on first down, and look up in your 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5. That helps your offense so much. And when Florence is playing behind the chains, they just have a hard time being as effective. They like to run the football, want to run the football, and have been able to so far tonight. There goes again, a face mask on the play. Flags fly everywhere. And that is that Xavier Smith again? Yeah, Xavier Smith again. He's got another short gain on the play, but this one is going to have 15 added to it.
We do get the call in from the white hat. It is a face mask. We saw that pretty clearly. Zay is running right at us at the press box, and we could see his helmet kind of goes sideways there. But it would have been another good run by him anyways. He's starting to feel like he's getting some momentum.
It does look
here.
like he's feeling it a little bit. You see that head jerk back there. So that'll go 15 from the end of the run and be another first down for the Eagles. Ball out to their 40-yard line now. See that offensive line shift to the left. Now that's Rockingham. They give it off to the left side. The shift doesn't seem to bother North Pike. I think you may have a hold here. Gonna have a tackle for loss on the play and then the penalty on top of that.
We got. Hold it. We off this.
Yeah, the early indications were it was going to be a hold. You got to catch a little bit of that conversation there. He gets us that signal. So, once again, the Jags penalties continue to put the Eagles in a good position, but it feels like every time the Eagles give it right back here. So
that is a number of holding penalties
yes.
That have been called tonight against both teams, but it really has slowed this Florence offense down.
Looks like
they've spotted the ball, but the sticks haven't moved to mark the
line of scrimmage on that far side.
Still some confusion between the officiating crew and the chain gang here. Looks like the North Pike coaching staff is trying to figure out what's going on.
Yes, Sam, we do have a look here.
I wonder if he's thinking about declining or taking the tackle for loss and keeping the down rather than enforcing the penalty. Because it was a tackle for loss on a play.
It was, yeah.
Now, it wasn't a loss of 10, I don't believe, but you might take a loss of 6 and the down.
We'll get some clarification here.
We got on the offense. Penalty decline. Second down.
Yeah,
okay.
That is what they do.
Yeah, so we do get some clarification here from the white hat. Now, does look like they're going to give him a loss of 5. So maybe in this situation you do say, I'll take the down and give them their 5 yards back, but I'll get the down back. So North Pike here back on time for their defense, second and long for the Eagle offense.
High snap there. Ashley pulls it down, gives it to Smith around the right side. He's tackled around the 40-yard line. Going to be back near the original line of scrimmage for this third down play. Big play for coming up here for this Eagle offense, as you talked about the importance of trying to go ahead and put another score on the board. As the clock ticks down under a minute now in this third quarter, you begin to feel like if you can put another score on the board, the time and situation really starts to press on this North Pike coaching staff. Trips to the left this time for the Eagles. See Davis in the slot. Ashley is looking to throw. Throws out to his left. That ball is fired high. He's looking for Kevin Cooper out to the outside. Just throws it over his head, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Fourth down coming up for the Eagles. Hayden Boykin will come out now. See how they handle this punt. He rolls out to his right, then kicks it away. Really nice kick. Fair catch called for and received there just beyond the 25-yard line.
Another good job. Hayden almost holds this ball a little bit too long. He does have a white jersey crashing in on him. He does a good job getting it off his foot. It's another high punt. It allows his coverage team to get down there, force the fair catch, and once again, coming off of what you felt like, we referenced how big that drive would have been as far as keeping the momentum. Now North Pike has a chance to come back out here and with points, make it a game down the stretch.
That's right.
And the offense continues to feel like it sputters a little bit in opportunities, but field position goes back again in the Eagles' favor. They are set up around the 26-yard line, so lots of field for the Eagle defense to work with here as the Jags have a first down.
Quarterback looking to pass. This play is blown dead. You're going to have another false start penalty on the offense. I would really
False start on the offense.
be interested to know how many drives they have had tonight that didn't start by going backward.
Yeah.
I don't know the number, but it's not many.
Yeah, it is. It's been a lot of penalties on both sides. It really just has not been a clean game for either team. I think both teams have committed way too many penalties. A lot of the Jags have been procedure penalties. They do have the one face mask penalty, but a lot of theirs has come pre-snap, some illegal formations and false starts. A lot of holds in the middle of the play for the Eagles.
Now more whistles. That's going to bring us to the end of the quarter, and we'll take a quick break here as the Eagles lead this one 22-9 over the North Pike Jaguars.
No gimmicks, just roofs, strength, roofing and siding.
All right, welcome back to Eagle football here on the Eagle Sports Network as we are getting ready to get the fourth quarter underway with the Eagles leading 22-9. The North Pike Jaguars are going to start this drive off first and 15. We've talked about the number of penalties tonight. It's put the North Pike Jags behind the chains again. They come out with 4 wide. Quarterback's going to keep this one off the left side. Nice tackle there by the Eagle defense. Trying to see who the first man that hit him was. Cam Page, maybe.
Sagini hops up a little bit later in that play, too. I think he was involved. I think what we're seeing here, Sam, is the quarterback showing his hand just a little bit more than he was. He's pulling that ball a little bit earlier, not allowing that Eagle defense to crash as much. That's why you're seeing a little more success. And also, I think the Eagles kind of have their eyes open
for
that
now.
They're not convinced that he's going to hand that ball off because he's just kept the ball a ton. Becoming predictable here are the Jags, especially in these when you put yourself in these long yardage situations.
Going to run this one again off the right side. Tackled after a short gain that time. Sagini again, Trip Smith also. And you'll see, if you'll notice, these corners for the Eagles, Batia's pressed up now. Just not feeling real threatened by these wideouts. Not going to give them the easy underneath stuff that they were earlier in the game. They really want to force this quarterback to have to throw the ball over them or go ahead and pull it down and run it. You're not worried about giving up 3 or 4 yards on the ground each play here. You just don't want to give up the big play. Again, you'll see no safety back for Jags. They set up the screen, and this one is blown dead. More flags fly.
False start on the offense.
I know that every viewer at home is surprised by the call. False start. It's happened over and over and over. And again, it moves North Pike back.
Yeah, just been a nightmare-type game as far as the little things that you work on weekly and that you spend hours working on, and that's the pre-snap. Don't move, don't go early, getting the right formations. That's really what North Pike has really struggled with here
Quarterback looking to pass, throws it off the left side. He's got a man there. There's Brian Davis.
Intercepted.
He goes up and gets it. Eagles get there. Oh, he's out of bounds.
No.
Wow, let's see if we can't get a replay on that one.
Oh, man.
See
It
if
looked
he
like
gets
he
his
had
feet
space.
down. Quarterback just hangs this one up. Brian sees it the whole way. Wow.
No, I'm seeing a left foot go down.
His right foot is definitely out of bounds, but it looks like his left foot that comes down first is really, really close. Looks like it looks inbounds from us from our view, but fourth down punting situation here for the Jags.
Yeah, good play by Brian. He sees it coming the entire way. That's exactly why he was in that position to get that interception. So he doesn't get that. He does get a big stop here and a chance to flip the field.
Beautiful punt by this Jaguar. And Batee touches that football. It's live, and the Jags have it. That punt is so high and so well done, and the Eagles just cannot handle it. Batee is back deep that time. Tries to track it, cannot, and all of a sudden, a game that looks like you have a chance to wrap it up that's just not the situation that we're in anymore, as the offense is back down on the field near the 20-yard line. And rather than it almost works like a 60-yard pass.
Right, and I'm not surprised. I'm actually more surprised that on their second punt that they kicked it to Brian and they didn't kick it to Batee. And we talked about the struggles for Batee of just hanging on to the ball. We see it rear its ugly head here again in a close game situation. 9:55 left here in this fourth quarter. And now North Pike, instead of giving your offense the ball back, is now knocking on the red zone here with a chance to score.
Coach Davis going to get a timeout, frustrated here. Doesn't feel like his guys are getting where they need to get. Again, you got some new faces in there, and sometimes with that, you get some guys that aren't as experienced, don't know where to be. And as the Eagles take a timeout, let's take one as well. Stay tuned for more Eagle football when we return here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Come on, we're going to be late.
No, school.
When your garage door breaks, you don't just need fast, you need super fast. Call today and we'll send a certified garage technician to your home. Quality repairs done so fast, it's like nothing ever happened.
They're not fast, they're super fast.
Call today and we're on the way.
All right, welcome back to Eagle Football here on the Eagle Sports Network. 1st and 10 now for the Jags as they are inside Eagle territory because of the special teams turnover has put this North Pike Jag team right back into this football game here in this fourth quarter. Quarterback looking to pass this football. Heavy pressure, throws it out to his left. Davis is back there
Intercepted,
again.
and he keeps his footing.
This one. He's across the 20. He's got a blocker. Driven out of bounds there just beyond the 30-yard line, and the pick that he didn't get a few plays ago, he goes back and gets now, and the Eagle defense does it again, gets the football back for their offense, and Brian Davis does it again. Second week in a row to have a pick for him. You see the celebration going on with his teammates.
Man, I've just been so impressed with him from the safety position. It almost feels like he's never surprised by anything, whether it be a run or a pass. He makes the same read that he made, like you referenced, keeps his footing, gets a good return, and that almost works like a good punt return. So, two plays that seem to negate each other.
And that defensive line had heavy pressure there. It forces the quarterback to just throw it up, so let's give them some credit as well. Eagle offense now, Davis in motion. They give a little counter action to Batee, who's hit right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1 on the play.
I really have been impressed with the Jaguars and their ability to get to the edge. We've referenced a couple times about some of the speed that the Eagles do have to offer, and it doesn't matter if it's Brian Davis or Batee. It seems like they're really setting the edge and not allowing the Eagles to do anything on the outside of those tackles there. So I'd love to see the Eagle offense come up with something here, something short in the pass game. We haven't seen much action other than a continuation to run the football here.
Cam Page goes in motion, and the North Pike linebacker cuts across like the ball has been snapped. I don't think he realized that the ball wasn't even snapped. He meets Cam Page at the line of scrimmage, and the play's blown dead with the ball never even being snapped. He's going, what happened?
Yeah,
I thought I had a tackle for a loss on the play, and the ball's still underneath the center.
Everyone else is standing still, and number 13 just is in a continuation to the football. Love the effort, but it's another penalty for the Jaguars.
He had that one diagnosed. And there goes Cam Page. They give it back to Xavier Smith. A nice cut back into the center. Going to be driven back after a short gain on the play. So third and about 4 yards here for the Eagles. It was a North Pike defender trying to celebrate there, and I think Xavier was saying, why you celebrating? It's 22-9. You pick up some of that field sound. It's kind of fun to talk about and hear. They give this one to Cam Page around the left side. He's going to have first down yardage on the play. Nice blocking off the left side that time, and nice run by Cam.
Another good job. It just, by committee, we are just seeing a continuation of the Eagles continuing to get other guys the football. Cam, not a guy who gets to carry the football a lot, but because of this load management and personnel swap due to some guys being out, and hey, he did it pretty well there. Right?
Yeah, looked really good running
Cam
football.
does a good job putting his foot in the ground, and on a big third down where your offense needs to stay on the field here in a close game, he gets it.
The time they give it to Houston straight ahead. He's still on his feet breaking tackles. Another big gain on first down. He's going to be across the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Houston is the complementary thunder to a lot of the Lightning here and some of the guys that carry the ball. But he, obviously, a speedier guy when it comes to a style of run that he has. And Xavier Smith is a guy who brings a lot with him, but more of a speed guy. Houston just tucks the football and puts his head down, does a good job getting 8 there on 1st and 10.
Yeah, really powerful runner. They give this one to Davis around the right side. He cuts back across in the center of the field, across the 40. Going to be driven back around the 35-yard line. Thought he was about to break that one as he comes through the backside. Flags fly on the play. This one may be coming back.
Get the call. It does look like a hold right there in the middle of the play.
I think it was actually the block that Brian cuts back behind.
Yeah.
As he cuts back, he just...
Only offense.
It is a hold, and I think you can catch right there at the end of it. They say from the line of scrimmage, so that'll be 10 yards from the previous spot. And then we see it again, the Eagle offense continuing to go backwards in big moments where they need to keep this football in a what is a manageable game for the Jaguars to climb back into. Eagles desperate to just keep this ball and to continue to see this clock run without the Jaguars being able to do anything about that score.
Eagles line shifts. This time they give it around the left side to Battie, who cuts up behind the block. He's driven out of bounds there.
Good block off the edge there. Frees up Battie to finally get some momentum in his runs. We've seen Battie be met a lot at the line of scrimmage. He gets to get his legs moving there, makes a good cutback. So what was a 2nd and beyond 10 now looks like a 3rd and 5, and it looks like the Eagles may climb back into this and get back on time.
In a situation now, you get a chance to maybe pick up 2 or 3 here. You're probably in go territory, potentially even in 4-down territory. They get the jump there.
Yeah, they are going to get an offside penalty.
That's going to make this an even more manageable 3rd down.
That will be a 1st down and a costly penalty there. We just talked about how important it was for the Eagles to keep the ball. Well, they'll be given a gift here as they have all night by the Jaguars.
It gives them the first down. It keeps the clock moving now as it continues to tick down near 5 minutes. Give this one to Houston, who runs straight ahead. He's tackled there right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll be stopped for a loss. I do have some eyes on some of those statistics about the penalties. The yardage maybe not as much because there have been a lot of procedure penalties, but we do have 12 penalties on the Jaguars for 75 yards. So almost a football field been given by the Jaguars here, and they've just been in nickel. I mean, it's been a lot of false starts, a lot of procedure penalties, and they're on the offsides as well. So really just been an undisciplined night for the Jaguars. And honestly, Sam, with the way they've played, just kind of sound defense may have cost them in this game down the stretch. I mean, you think about some of the plays that they've been able to have. You'll see another carry get beyond that original line of scrimmage will set up a 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. But if their offense can get any type of momentum, all of a sudden, one score, you're looking at a game here and a chance to get a stop, but instead it's been penalty after penalty after penalty, and good, predictable yardage for the Eagle defense.
Yeah, and the Eagle defense has played well overall, but the Jags have just really made it easy for them.
Came back in the shotgun. They're going to let this run all the way down just as far as they can. Play clock does get down to 5, and they take the snap, hand it to Battie. He's got some space in front of him, and an unnecessary penalty.
Yeah.
we didn't have it to where you could hear that, but Kane is pleading with the white hat. We're going to get you. We're going to get you some of this sound here. Kane is pleading that he just slipped down.
On offense.
And the white hat tells Kane, no, he had him in a headlock there.
He said. If we can get a replay, we'll see if we can get a replay of that headlock he thinks he spotted. Awesome field sound there.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to get you that. That was well behind the play, which is kind of what I referenced to begin with. Just another costly mistake that has nothing to do with the play at that point. It's well beyond. So whether he slipped or not, there's no reason to really even be engaged with the defender at that point in the play. It goes well beyond. We do get a stoppage here. We're going to take just a small break, and we'll get you the conclusion of this game right here on the Eagle Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. 3rd down and long now for the Eagles. They run a little counter action, give it to Battie back on the inside. Breaks across the 50-yard line and is tackled there across the 45. Going to be an interesting 4th down situation now, as you don't expect to be punting the ball from inside your opponent territory.
Do see the punt team gathered around Coach Davis right now. There is going to be a stoppage here. The Jaguars trying to keep as much time on that clock as they can. It does look like the offense is coming out. And I guess in a situation, Sam, where time is not the Jags' friend, maybe you feel like you can get them deep enough to where even if they do drive the length of the field and score, they were going to have to use all 325 to do so. It is 4th and 7, I believe, as it stands here. So I'm with you. I thought maybe there was a chance.
It looks like they're going to kick this football. It's probably the safe and smart call, and Hayden Boykin certainly is capable of kicking this ball and putting it in a spot where you can pin them deep, and that looks like what the Eagles will try to do.
There has been a situation. I would love to see if Hayden's going to roll out here We have seen him
All
find
right,
some
got
space.
Got a little formation issue here going on as the Eagles have trips to both sides, split out, stacked. Rockingham in the backfield. Snap is deep to Boykin, who is going to kick this ball. Nice punt. Returner's back there. He cannot handle it. That's going to roll all the way down inside the 5-yard line, and that is just perfect execution by the Eagles special teams. They do exactly what they want to do. I got some score updates coming for you from around the action tonight as Brookhaven goes final 48-0 over Provine, and South Jones, I believe that says at the end of the third,
it's final.
But that's a final, has beaten Natchez 29-14, and so that really shed some light on who the contenders will be for the district championship this year. Of course, we've seen Provine. We know that they're a good football team, undefeated in the district, but South Jones also undefeated in the district, really getting some attention.
Yeah, we'll welcome Natchez here next week, so that'll be an interesting matchup as well for what seems to be not in caliber of talent, but right now in the standings, the other guys will meet here next week. So the undefeateds standing atop, and then those ones right outside at 1-1 in the.
Yeah, really will be in a situation where you'll be playing for that second place spot in the district standings.
We do get another timeout here. The Jags just can't get on the right page as far as what type of formation they need to be in. They have to burn what I believe could be their last timeout.
I'll tell you what, too. They're already inside the 5. They're one holding call in the end zone away from having to punt out of a safety situation or a false start from being half the distance to the goal. If they start this drive the way that they have almost every other drive, they'll get a penalty here, and it'll be a half the distance to the goal and 1st and 12 and a half or something like that.
Yeah, it is just – this is just a representation of what has been the story all night long.
I mean, the offense comes out, even when they don't get a penalty, they have to take a timeout before they can try to get lined up just to run a play. Hard to imagine just how difficult it's been for them tonight. And we'll see if this ball is whistled back in if they can get a drive started without a penalty.
Quarterback is in the end zone.
Takes the snap, looking to throw. He throws it out to his left. That ball is caught there. Receiver breaks a tackle and is out across the 25-yard line. Nice throw and catch by the Jaguar offense as they're going to have first down yardage. Eagles giving them a little cushion there. Coach Davis encouraging his guys as the Eagles just kind of giving them plenty of room. This clock ticks under 3. Don't want to give up the big play. Quarterback still looking. Now he's going to be hitting the backfield and sacked. Flags fly. But Tripp Smith brings him down. Jaguar quarterback slow to get up on this play. Now he gets to his feet. They'll have to come off for a play, and we'll see who the Jags have for the. Yeah, there's a flag on the play. They're marking off. Looks like probably. I think you're going to have a holding penalty. He'll announce here.
On the offense.
Yeah, it is a holding penalty. I thought maybe so. The bigger question I had was if you were going to take the sack. If you were going to take the sack there for Tripp, or if you were going to continue to push him back. I think this is a consistent play with with going along with the decision to punt. You want them to drain as much clock and use as much field as possible, so they'll push them back the 10 yards, and it'll be 1st and 20 for the Jags.
Backup quarterback now will take this snap. He throws it out to the flat on the left. That ball is caught underneath. He's got a blocker across the 20. Is tackled there about the 35-yard line. Nice throw and catch.
Yeah, he gets that out quick.
And that's a receiver who is coming in now to play quarterback. Again, out quickly. This ball is dropped. But he encourages the receiver there to go ahead and have a seat.
Just from a strategic, I've asked this question already, but I've got to do some research on the offensive line continuing to dive after every play. I just don't know that I've seen that. I've seen it done maybe once a game. Just a continuation of this North Pike Jaguar offensive line to just fall down. They stay upright here as they're setting up a screen. And the Eagles do a good job. We have seen the screens kind of give fits, which they're hard.
Xavier Smith again.
They're hard to cover. They're hard to run. Everything about them is all about timing. The Eagles do a good job there. The clock will continue to move. Just 2 minutes away, Sam, from getting back on track in the division.
And that's really what you came in tonight, needing to get a win, wanting to get a win. Still trying to get healthy and going to take some more time to do that as the Jags throw a little pump and go here. Davis is back again with a second pick of the game, still on his feet, and that's a smart play. And that is Brian Davis with his second pick of the game, also a couple of touchdowns for him. And I think that makes it pretty obvious who our temp staff player of the game is going to be.
Hey, congratulations to Brian. His second time winning the temp staff player of the game. He made himself undeniable in this football game. He was absolutely everywhere, ran the football well. He has 2 punts that really set up the offense with easy points. Yeah, he had 2 punt returns that set up the offense, easy points. And now he gets the offense to 2 extra possessions with his play at safety. So congratulations to Brian Davis on another temp staff player of the game.
Congratulations and welcome back. You see the difference that he can make in your football team. We didn't have him for the second half last week. Good to have him back for all 4 quarters tonight. And he should get to watch the rest of this one from the sidelines, as the Eagle offense should be able to let the rest of this clock run off with just a few more snaps. They run that one straight ahead.
Sam, we don't have the luxury often of being able to go back and watch teams play. We don't really know. We kind of get just kind of hearsay about how teams play. This makes 1-6 for North Pike. If this has been their season, and I can't even say that it has been, but I know that there have been some struggles for the Jaguars. Just a lot of penalties and a lot of mistakes, and you really feel for a program. We're not one out here just wanting anybody to have any downfall. We want to see kids play competitive football all over the state. You see the offense in victory formation now. He'll take a knee, Kane, that is, and will tick down. Looks like he'll have to do it one more time. But really a frustrating game for North Pike, and almost really a frustrating game for the Eagles as well. There were some signs of what you didn't want to see a continuation of, and that's mishandling the football. The Eagles do turn the ball over again on special teams, and then continuing to just put penalties and allowing penalties to put you in bad situations.
We've talked about that a lot this year for the Eagles. Their offense has played well when they're able to stay on schedule, and when they get behind the chains and hurt themselves, they really have a hard time overcoming that. They did that at times tonight, and we hope as the course of the season goes on, they'll continue to be able to clean that up. But it's also good sometimes to be able to get a win at any situation and to come off the field winning 22-9 when you may not have played your best, may not have played the cleanest. Yeah, that's still a good situation. So congratulations to Coach Davis. Congratulations to the Eagles as they get the win tonight over North Pike 22-9. With that, they do also get their first district win. And that puts the Eagles at 1-1 in the district. There are some other teams sitting at 1-1 and still a couple teams that have yet to lose. And one of those 1-1 teams comes in here next week.
That's right. Big matchup ahead against Natchez next week. We look forward to bringing that to you guys. And it does feel good, Sam, to get back in the right side of the win-loss column, to see the guys come out here, take care of the football for the most part. We've already alluded to some things that I know they're going to hear about. But overall, Sam, one of the things that sticks out to me is, as I'm looking through these stats, is it's 233 total yards for the Eagle offense, 178 of those on the ground.
Yep.
Felt like old school Eagle
Yep.
football again. So shout out to the game plan. We thought they could run. We saw early indications that the offensive line could control that line and gain some yardage in the run game. They do just that. It allows them to stay on the offense just long enough, combined with some mistakes and continued mistakes. 13 penalties for 85 yards for the Jags.
Wow.
That's almost your tip staff player of the game right there. Is just them continuing to almost give you a football field worth of stoppage on defense.
In a game where neither team really put up a lot of points, that many penalties, and most of them on offense, really sets you back. It's hard to overcome. And so good to see the Eagles also have an opportunity to get through a game healthy for the most part.
Yes.
You did see Casey Harris go down in this game, and that's a big loss.
Yep.
We hope that he gets some good news and gets recovered, and he'll be back. But it's a game where you get Xavier Smith back and starting to look more and more like the Xavier Smith that we are used to seeing. And Brian Davis is able to play for the whole game and gets another week to continue to recover. And you could see at different points tonight, he's still not maybe 100%.
Yeah.
And you want to continue to see this Eagle team get healthy. You saw Rylan McFall get to play again tonight. And
Played well, too. He
Yeah.
played some really good corner tonight, so good to see Rylan back out there.
As you get some of those guys back, as this Eagle team gets healthy again, you expect to see them put themselves in a position to make a run to secure one of those playoff spots. And at this point in the season, that's what your goal is, hey, get in the playoffs, have an opportunity to give yourself a chance to play for something down the stretch, and still a lot left for this Eagle team to play for if you find a way to win a few more ball games.
Yeah, David is down there. We are going to get to hear from Coach Davis, I do believe, on his thoughts from this game. I do want to shout out a couple of guys. Hunter Smith played really well coming in a second start type of situation. He does make an assignment mistake there, gives up a big touchdown, and he comes right back. We do have our player of the game, Brian Davis, down there with David, along with his dad, Coach Davis. David, take it away.
Hey, guys, I'm here with our temp staff player of the game, Brian Davis. Brian, looks like you've earned the turnover belt, 2 interceptions and a lot of big plays on offense. You went out at the half last week. What do you have to say about just coming back, playing the full game, and having a fantastic game?
It really wasn't about the injury. Like my dad told me during the week, it was in my mind. I shouldn't have left my team like that. But we just play together. We win anything.
Y'all heard it here. Coach, good bounce-back win from last week. Gives you a lot of momentum going into next week. And another one-on-one team in the district, Natchez, coming to play here. Well, what are some things that the team's going to have to improve this week in practice to be able to win next week?
We can't. We got to stop stopping our momentum with penalties. I don't know how many yards we had of penalties today, but them holding penalties just killed us. So we got to be better at that. Got to be able to clean that things up. And then after that, man, I thought we played really well. Every time we start getting the momentum, we have a holding. Every time we get the momentum, we have another holding. So we got to clean those things up. On defensive side, we got to make sure we wrap up and tackle. You know, we knew that back was going to be a pretty good back, but we sometimes we led with our shoulders. So we got to go back to the drawing board and do some of the things, fundamental things on Sunday and Monday to get better.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach. Good game.
Yeah, Sam, we heard from a couple things that we had already alluded to. He said the penalties have got to calm down on offense. And he said every time it felt like we got momentum, boom, another hold.
Yep.
And we had alluded to that a couple times. And the defensive side of the ball, he said, we got to wrap up.
Yep.
And I think that's both things that we've alluded to and can agree to. But, man, that's a happy coach coming in banged up. The quote was Brian was going to have to play through it. And he did. And I know Brian said it's not about the injury. He's not making it about the injury. He wants to be out there playing with his guys. Man, he showed out, and the Eagles got to win.
Yeah, it was a big win tonight for the Eagles. They needed this one as you're trying to secure your position in the district, and so you got to get that first district win. They do that. They'll come back and try to get another one next week as the Eagles prepare to host Natchez in what will be another big 5A district matchup. It's been a great game tonight. We're thankful to bring all the action to you here on the Eagle Sports Network. For all of the broadcast crew, for all of the sponsors, for all of the fans, and certainly for our high school Eagles and the coaching staff. We just want to say how fortunate we are to be able to call these games and continue to bring them to you. And as you see the sponsors flash across your screen, go ahead and visit some of those guys. Remind them that you saw them here on the Eagle Sports Network, and let them know that you are thankful that they continue to support the Eagles. For Ryan Keith, I'm Sam Taylor, and all the broadcast crew tonight, we want to wish you good night, God bless, and go Eagles.